In the Philippines, this is a topic a lot of people will relate to, being scammed. But why do a lot of Filipinos often fall into these kinds of traps anyway? Well, that's what we are going to talk about in this video. So without a minute to waste, let's start. Now, if you scan the news, a lot will show up. Filipinos getting scammed amid the pandemic, says she was really excited about this investing scheme that doubled her money in the second week. Another one involves scammers for job offerings, and another keeps popping out over and over again. But before we go on to this topic, I think you are an open-minded person. So therefore, you should click the like button first, and if you still haven't yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time to click that subscribe button. I'm not scamming you or anything, but would really help my channel out to reach a lot of people if you click those buttons now. Anyway, going back, why do most Filipinos fall into these kinds of traps in the first place? That statement you often hear from them. Are you open-minded? Well, Filipinos are open-minded, alright. A lot of us wants to change our lives for the better. A lot of us wants to become rich and successful. But a lot of us are really open to making quick profits fast. With that statement alone, that sums up the reason why a lot of people fall into these kinds of traps. I'll give you two scenarios to illustrate what I mean. First scenario, a person asks you, he's open to teach you for free about investing in the stock market. Now, this person had been investing in the market for quite a long time now and has a really good track record wherein he tells you about index fund investing, which is the go-to investing strategy for people who doesn't have the time to study the stock market. But even with that, he tells you to study first, study books about investing and everything you can learn even though you are using a simple strategy. Also, he warns you, the stock market isn't a quick profit scheme. In some years, your money may become negative and it's not consistent yearly returns. It goes up and down. But if you stayed in the long run like 10 years onwards, the chances of getting returns by about 8 to 12% average is a high possibility. But you really have to invest and invest diligently, never withdrawing when the market is down. Even when your money is dropping, you have to stay with it. Second scenario, one person approach you. Hey, if you invest your money to me, I guarantee you your money would make 50% monthly or even double in just a month. Solid, no risk at all. You just have to down this amount of money. Just to be clear, this guy has no background at all, nothing to prove for his name, no title at all, no track record or anything, but he guarantees you 100% he can double your money. Just wow, right? Is he the Warren Buffett of the Philippines or a legendary secret Carl Icahn in our country? So just imagining these two scenarios, who would you choose? Of course, most would be attracted to that 50% monthly or a sure double money, right? But imagine, just the 50% monthly, what the heck is that? Let's put this in a realistic perspective. 50% monthly return, let's quickly look at the largest companies in the world. Mostly grow at a rate 10 to 20%. Just to give you a clue, Amazon grows their revenue by a rate of 20 to 35% average yearly. Wow, so this person beats these kinds of companies. And let's look at another one, the greatest investor in the world with a track record of 20% annually since 1965. But this is annually. Again, our wonderful unknown guy beats the GOAT of investing. So another investor I mentioned a while ago, Carl Icahn. Now, Carl Icahn hired scientists, mathematicians, the smartest guys out there. He developed a system with that he returned an astonishing 31% annually from 1968 up to 2011. Imagine a guy who hired the smartest people out there gets overshadowed by this mysterious person who can say he can double your money and if not, earn you 50% monthly. If we compound that, assuming we invested 100k to him in 20 years' time, your 100k is 1.7 billion peso after. My goodness, you are already a small cap company in the Philippines. Congratulations. And all it took is 100k investment. Even the greatest traders out there couldn't do this. Just imagine, Carl Icahn with all the high-tech technology running his trades can only muster up 31% annually. Not monthly, but annually. And this unknown guy could beat all of these legends and companies with all the experts in business running them. Just where did he invest that to get those massive returns? That's if we found ourselves a time traveler. He can predict the future and using the money he gets, trading it and is leveraged at the maximum level. Then I think he is the solution to poverty in our country. My goodness, just by looking at reality alone, you know they wouldn't be capable of doing this. If so, why aren't they billionaire themselves? Why are they staying at a sketchy place if they found the ultimate formula of wealth building? Because there's no such thing. Just look at the capabilities of the legends themselves. These are billionaires. Even they can't do this. Now that's why a lot of Filipinos fall into this because they want a quick cash. They want instant profits. Just by what I said earlier in our first scenario, even though it's an easy strategy, you still have to study. You still have to be disciplined in waiting. It's not a sure money, but it has a long track record of producing great wealth. But that's the thing. A lot of us doesn't want the hardship that goes with it. They don't want to study it first. They don't want to wait for 10 years for their money to mature. They want it now. They want it quick. They want it in an instant. They are blinded so much that they aren't even willing to do research on those sketchy people in the first place. They don't know what they are investing in or what they are doing, but they give their money anyway because their advertisement says risk-free, sure money, or instant money. Those are the blinding words that lead them to put their money on the line without doing research about it first. Some even had already lose an amount of money from scams and get scammed again and again. Why again? The magnificent light of instant money is blinding them, and the small 8 to 12% return annual average doesn't suit their taste. They don't want seeing their money fluctuate. They want the easiest way. But imagine 8 to 12% annual average. How can that be called a bad return? You won't even get that from banks at all. A lot would say, well, stock market is really risky. Just imagine, now the stock market crashed. Now I did a video about the history of market crashes and how the stock market reacted after that crash happened. Knowing history would really help in your financial journey. There's a link below if you want to watch it. Now I showed there if you just held on and invest even when stocks crash, it is often led by outstanding growth afterwards. You just have to be disciplined enough and wait for things to get better and average your way to a crisis. It's really sad most Filipinos think the stock market is very risky, yet they don't see these sketchy investing schemes not risky. I just don't get the point of that. Imagine if all the money that was scammed from those people, they instead just invested it in the boring index fund investing. Going back to that 100k, if you just invested it in the index and just left it there forgetting about it, assuming you earned 8% annually, that 100k would have almost multiplied 5 times, giving you 466k. But let's just say you put in 100k annually to it. It could have been 5.4 million peso with just 8% returns. Just imagine, although it was small compared to that whopping 1 billion, which was too unrealistic, that money that was scammed could have had the chance to become millions if you just invested it the right way. This is boring, yes, but boring and slow plus compounding yearly is what often works. Darren Hardy, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Tony Robbins, and a lot more, the great wealth builders out there again and again, reminded this to all people out there. These aren't just my words I'm saying right now. It came from the books and videos about these wealth building legends it's coming from. These guys aren't just random scammers. They are proven legends and are still continuing their wealth building progress. But why are there so many of us don't listen to them? Also, a lot of us would often reason they are unlucky with these kinds of investments. Well, even when your luck is so bad, investing is still profitable. Another study I showed in one of my videos are 5 kinds of investors investing in an index fund. One of them was the most unluckiest of all investors out there. We called her Rosie Rotten. Invested her money in the worst possible time of the market. This study was in the years of 1980 to 2010. But at the end, Rosie Rotten ended up still profitable. More than the one investor who just put his money in time deposits and bonds. Imagine, the most unlucky investor out there still beat time deposits and bond holders. Well, more so Rosie Rotten beat those people who got scammed whom lost their money instead of just investing it the right way. This is in the long run, guys. This isn't a scam. This is just pure compounding and discipline to stay for the long run in the market. So even with the baddest luck out there, the stock market is still open for you. You have to be disciplined in investing again and again, year after year, never withdrawing and panicking in times of corrections and crashes. Now, this is in an index fund, okay? Let me make that clear. This study is not investing in individual stocks, but an index fund. If you want to watch my video about this study, there's also a link below. Really suggest you watch it. To wrap things up, just think about all the money you would have had if you just invested the money that was scammed. A lot of people are guilty about this. If in the long years of being scammed, you just choose the boring way, you could have been a multi-millionaire by now. Compounding has done the job for you without you working at all. No sweat. Instead, here you are right now, still at the starting line over and over again, finding that quick profit scheme to get you to that multi-millionaire status. But it's still not yet too late. Change your mindset now. Study first what you are going into. Don't just give your money to some random guy out there or even your closest friend. Study and study it deeply first. Research it first. Chances are the money you have given to this person could grow so large in the future. And with the knowledge you get from studying, combine it with discipline. Your knowledge is nothing if you don't have discipline. Even a monkey randomly investing monthly in an index fund would beat you since that monkey was only taught one thing: invest and invest, never withdrawing. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Don't get swayed by the crowd. And for those who aren't yet scammed, please research everything first. Heck, even in my channel, don't just listen to my videos. Please still do your part. With that, I hope you learned a lot from this video. And I hope I opened a lot of minds. Again, if you like the content, the like button is not a scam. It really helps in the YouTube algorithm for my videos to reach more people out there. And maybe because of the like you gave, you have helped reach one person to avoid being scammed. So thank you and see you in the next video.